Hi, I'm Larry Stebbins, the Garden Father, and we've selected a family that is eager to learn more about growing their own food. With the generous help of an anonymous donor and Don's Garden Shop, we'll be providing all the supplies necessary for them to grow their own food. So come along for the journey. This is the Backyard Garden Project. These series of videos are brought to you by the Garden Father and Don's Garden Shop and Landscape Materials located on East Platte Avenue in Colorado Springs, offering soil mixes, mulch, rock, stone, statuaries, fountains, and more. Episode 4, Soils. Today is the day that the soils arrive from Don's Garden Shop. Now let's hear what Don has to say. We're here with Mike and Don Humphrey from Don's Garden Shop, who's bringing in the soil. So Don, tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, I was raised in the fertilizer business back in the early 60s and late 50s, and I enjoyed it. Went in the Air Force, and when I got out, I decided I liked to play with the toys. So I started a landscaping business, and about 2 years after that, I decided, well, I could sell dirt again. So I started making soil, and I have done it ever since. So we've been in business since 1975. And I still make compost. It's still fun. I enjoy the people that compost and that grow vegetables and stuff, so we enjoy helping.
That's great.
It's a good deal.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yep. So we did bring some dirt today, and it's got all kinds of stuff in it. We've got cotton burr compost in it. We've got Don's compost. We've got a little bit of cow manure and some grade A topsoil, all screened and ground up and ready to go.
Well, thank you, Don, and I appreciate it. So we're going to get busy here shoveling it after you drop it. So
yeah, I'm going to let you guys do the work.
Oh.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Okay, we just want to say thanks to Don and Don's Garden Shop for providing the soils for this project. And boy, did he bring in a good mix of soils. This is going to help bring about a great harvest this year. So thank you so much, Don.
Yeah, thanks, Don. Really appreciate it. This is great.
Really appreciate it, Don.
You bet.
Looks like great soil.
Yep.
Yeah.
It should work. It's Larry's formula,
Is
so
it?
we got it.
Yeah, what is the mixture?
This one is topsoil, cotton burr compost, cow manure, some Don's compost, and it should work great.
Great.
A-grade topsoil, so it's kind of a sandy loam, which is Colorado. You can't get anything different here.
Right. But it grows good vegetables, and Larry knows that for sure. He's tested out how many times, Larry?
Let's see.
Many over the years, probably over 15, maybe going on 20 years.
Yep. Yep. We've done lots of dirt.
That's great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Yeah.
What did you end up doing?
Hydraulic cement. Chiseling it around. Here you can see us securing the polycarbonate top. We use bolts and nuts to secure it on. That makes it better able to withstand wind gusts. Yeah, look, you get hungry when you're building these. I brought my snacks, 2 peanuts. I'm good to go.
You're not going to share with Mike?
Oh yeah, here you go, Mike.
It's okay, I had my peanut today.
Oh, you had your peanut today. They're delicious. All the calories you're going to need for a full day's work.
But are they organic, Larry?
I don't know. Okay, here we are. We've finished shoveling all the soil in, and you've heard about what we've added already. But we're not quite done yet. What I've got here is some homemade compost. I've made this. 3 months ago, this looked like kitchen scraps and dried straw. And now look at it. Now, of course, I've screened it. I put it through coarse screen to remove some of the bigger things. But the reason we're going to spread this around is because it adds beneficial bacteria and fungi that are local to this area. Because Mike and Colleen and Troy just live up the street from us. So this should be great as we sprinkle it around into the ground. And we'll use just this bag, not so much for the nutrients as so much for the microbes that are in it. Okay, now I want to show you this right now. This is compost from my yard that isn't quite ready yet to use. You know, it's not fully decomposed, as you can see. Look at that. See, it still has, you shouldn't be able to see any particles of material that you can identify. But we're going to use this a little bit around the garden, again, to add the bacteria and fungi for the garden. And we'll just sprinkle this around too. Of course, if I had more of this, I would add a lot more to it. But it's better when it's in the shape of basically already composted. Now here's another ingredient we're going to add. And these are rock minerals. And this particular brand is called azomite. It stands for A to Z of minerals, including trace elements. And this was mined in Utah. And it has all of the trace elements that plants need. And we're going to make sure that our beds get sprinkled with this azomite to add trace minerals to our soil as well. And just sprinkle it like you would dust sugar cookies and work it down into the top layers of your soil. And that's about all you need to do. And you can do this frequently throughout the season. Here's another ingredient I'm going to add. It's a good organic pelleted fertilizer. This particular brand that I'm used to using is Espoma Garden Tone. And again, I'm just going to sprinkle this around into the garden just to give it a little kick at the beginning. And again, just dust it just like this, because this soil already comes with a few nutrients already, ready to go. So once you do that again, work it down into the soil and you're ready to plant. Okay, now this last ingredient is called my super sauce. This basically is sugars, but this is from unsulfured molasses. Real easy to make. 2 tablespoons of unsulfured molasses in water, and it dissolves pretty good. And you just use this and pour it on over your soil, just like I'm doing like that. And you can work it in. And you can't really overdo this. So, you know, use it frequently because it adds sugars. The bacteria and the fungi like it to grow, and it assists them in their initial bloom. It'll help break down a lot of the organic material and get it ready to be used by the plants. So that's it for preparing your garden. Mike here is going to be ready to plant when the weather turns, and we'll get back to you on that segment later. Now our final bed preparation is this standing raised bed garden. We're going to treat it like a container. And what we have to do is we have to mix Don's Garden Mix with some potting mix, which contains forest products, some coconut coir, and perlite. And that lightens the soil up a little bit. Well, that's it for today, folks. And as you can see here, Mike is standing next to the finished beds. And the next step is the planting.